When it's the first pick of the draft, I think you have to believe in the Keen Eye Spotter. You might get a candle shot. You might get a candle shot if... You know, 2s are hard, right? 2s are hard to get. Twos and ones. Warrior 33.1%. Strange win rate data for these cards. The crazy thing about this is I almost can't look at win rate data for this class because so few people play it. It's crazy. This needs 2 things on board to become a 4-5. Let's just take the 4-5. All enemy minions. I think Skulker. Creeper's fine. I think that's Speaker. Minion die gain poisonous. Vrygul's very good. Vrykul. That is a beast, huh? Well, do we like the Breeder or the Lion's Guard? It's kind of a tricky one. Because if we're aggressive, we're not necessarily getting below 15 health. But we also don't upgrade beasts. Could be really nice to discover a Bone Mare. Oh. That's a pretty good card. That's a pretty good card. We have some pretty good cards in here. Stats. God, it would be nice if we could get a weapon. I'll take the Ghoul here, actually. Could be a 5 damage stealth. I'll just take the Discover. We do need 4s though. Should probably take the 4. Do double 2 on 4. Two more picks. Hunter, Paladin, or Warrior card. Those aren't like great, huh? Aren't great classes to discover from. Paladin has some stuff. But they also have like secrets. So we have to take our pick between beast synergies. So these might be beasts. Maybe Dire Frenzy to go with Springpaw? Or Mastiff? Doesn't go that well with Mastiff. What would this need to be worth it? It would need like 3 beasts on board, right? Okay. As far as Hunter decks go, this is the creme de la creme, I think. Let's kick it off. It's a curve. That is a curve. Used Sky Talon and Bonebreaker. I would love to try to stick a Rancher on the board. Even do double Mastiff afterwards if we manage to do it. Never found the weapon, by the way. They're too hard to find. We have 3 of these damn things, but no weapon. It would have been nice. What the hell did they do to... There's nothing you can do against this class. Many have said it before, many will say it again. All you can do is despair. I've played 3 removal cards already. I'm gonna go face just cause, like, we're gonna have to go face at some point. What did you do to this? Lose control of this minion? Really? Bold move, I guess. I almost wonder if you still just smart here. You just, like, don't care about this minion? Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. But maybe you do. Okay, that's a little bit... It's a little bit... I don't want to say slow, but... Bone Mare fits the curve. So if anything survives, how likely is that? Basically impossible. Oh goddamn. Maybe I should have taken... I don't know. They're at 6 health? If they don't have healing, we could maybe just hero power them down. Good. Miss, 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 miss. Yes! It's still hero power to clear, though. Oh, really? Oh, really? don't think we have any burn, do we? Pandaren. Quick shot? Quick shot's good. This is interesting. So a deadly shot might be pretty nice. This would be an incredible win. I also get the feeling this player's not that good. Is this now just a 50-50 to win? Divine Shield and Rush? So close, man. 5, 6, 7. So here's what we do. This is our best shot. Lost the 50-50. Can we get there? They're 6 off. And they need to not have any healing. They are blood runes, so it's gonna be... Yeah, there's the healing. Son of a biatch. Oh, quick shots and out. The heal they had was a generated legendary. That was the heal that they had. Boy, what a terrible first game of the day. What a terrible first game. Because we nailed that game. We hit our curve. We kept the pressure up. They misplayed. We got through everything. We lost a 50-50 for lethal. Still set up good lethal. And then they hit us with the generated legendary lifesteal. Charge. That's painful, man. I'll trade down to be safe here. Even though we could have done a lot of damage to them there. Let's do it like this. I think controlling the situation is pretty strong for us, considering our hand. Okay, I guess, really? Huh. Interesting. Could do Bone Mare and Rat, so that seems pretty good. Lots of 5-5 action on the board here. Okay, so Mastiff, 5, 10, 15, 17. And we still win, right? I think we still win. Technically, maximum efficiency is playing this, huh? You'd have to kill one less dog with the other rush. Bad for value, though. Breeder, are you strong enough to keep? Are you strong enough to keep? Okay. Hawkstrider, eh? Hawkstrider, eh? Oh, okay. That's fair. A bit of overkill, don't you think? These two together next turn, pretty strong. Oh, really? Peculiar. See, this is where you could have used that Fell Barrage, my friend. Let that be a lesson to you. Hell of a turn. If Hawkstrider survives, we probably play both of these. If it doesn't, maybe just one in Hero Power. Start Hero Powering. Don't really need Death Speaker. Maybe we'll face a warrior who plays Blingtron 3000 and that's how we'll get our weapon. Okay, well in that case, let's use Immune here to nullify some of that lifesteal damage. Chaos Nova would be bad. We'd be left with, what? 2 1/1s on the board? Hello. Proving Grounds. Well, at least they got a rush. You don't see that one every day. Should be 3-0. But for a damn 50-50. Did I throw Breeder away there? Yeah, I wonder. I wonder if you're ever just supposed to keep it for its value. We drew Highmane. So the big hit remaining would be Bone Mare. Mage, huh? So how does this work again? Okay. Fair enough. So the 2-drop killed my 2-drop and my 3-drop. Wow, that's pretty strong. Still think Bone Mare, because we got the Highmane. It's a really good lead-in. Great to get a good drop next turn, though. Wonder if, like, a Ghoul might be really nice. It would actually be clutch here. Need to remember about play order. Try to go left to right as much as I can. Oh. Well. Now there's a way to do this. Hey, Bootleg Herald. Castle Crashers is what the random button on my stream playlist chose today, and I'm happy for it. There's a way to do this. I think it starts like this. And then you could even go like this. Kill And kill the 2-1 to protect the Hawkstrider. Alright, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Mage can be scary. It's definitely within the realm of possibility. You trade Bone Mare, or do you just Bone Mare and slam 10 to the dome? Feels dangerous. You could do an in-between play since 6 face and... You know, you could do a Mastiff play. Because it's so top heavy, it's just easy to kill here. And send a strong 6 damage to the dome. Now it's probably Bone Mare time. We could go 3-3 in hero power. Maybe we do that and go wide. Just because I really want to be hero powering every turn, you know, and maybe Bone Mare next turn would be better. I guess they could Flame Strike this board. Hey, Tiny Jane. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Well, kind of like a Flame Strike. Kind of like one. Discover another Bone Mare? I might. I just might. But I think this turn could be 6 and 3. Because if they were scared enough to do their oh crap clear last turn, they probably don't have a great answer to this 6-6. Knock on crossed fingers. Okay, it's a good answer, but it's not a great answer. Oh, do they run to the 3-4 or? They do. That makes things inconvenient. Deadly shot. I kind of want to 2, 3, 4, 7, 9. I kind of want to find Spring Paw. The problem with Bone Mare this turn is that it dies. So I could put 10 to their face. But then they just kill the thing. But then they're at 8 health. But there might be healing. If you Spring Paw here, you could put 6 face, the 6-6 will live. I'm gonna choose this, God help me. Lets me put technically 8 face, actually. My concern with picking Bone Mare is because of how awkward those breaking points are. They kill our big minion. They might also be able to remove the rest of the board. Now, that's not the most likely thing. Maybe it should have been Bone Mare. You say a 5-5 body's gonna stick around and then you Bone Mare it again, but... Blizzard. Well, just gotta spread the love around and hero power. I'm mad because I didn't want to Bone Mare passively, but kind of forced us to. Dire Frenzy's not helping. Kill me. Oh, don't kill my Bone Mare. It's my beast, you ass. Fuck this. Ghoul. Yeah, we'll see. Could be good. Just need one thing to hit. Mage Secret. Okay, if I draw... Vaporize. Bury your eyes. Annoying, but fine? Probably? Probably fine? The thing is, if they kill this and clear this, we're kinda screwed. I don't think they can, though. Well... Welcome to the worst play I've seen in a long time. Because, like, quite frankly, you know, if you have to Pyroblast a minion to survive, bless up. But you could have just taken the value trade on the 3-2 and then Pyroblasted the Ghoul. Should have had a 4-1 on board here. Oh, did they just pay? Don't ping your own minion, man. Anyway. We're 3-1, but we're riding the crest of a wave of misplays to get here. Which I'm not above. I don't think I've ever seen a Pyroblast hit a 2 health minion before. That was awesome. I don't hate this hand. There's some stuff. Don't think you coin. Maybe they won't want a hero power on 3. I think I would like to avoid giving them a 2-drop right at this moment, so we'll just play a spotter here. Hey, Kikero. Currently Castle Crashers. you're having a good Tuesday. I am bashing my head meaninglessly against the Hunter class. I've been having really good games, except for when this guy shows up. Like, no effort at all, they're just keeping us off the board easy. Maybe you do this now. Well... start here? Mastiff. I'll take a Bone Mare. Kinda was looking for the high main. Yeah, they should have buffed, huh? Our opponents have been pretty universally bad today. Game over. Casual. This is precisely how Arena has been since Death Knight became a thing. These aren't games. You can't pick... There's one class right now, it's called Death Knight. There's one half of one class, it's called Paladin, and the other 9 classes are useless. So, you can see how that might be a problem. Because they could just drop 11/11 stats on 5. And remove every single thing you do every single turn. And you're sitting here twiddling your thumbs. Like, why even bother to respond to this? Oh boy, I should probably hold this for the combo. It's not like it does anything on the board here, right? Bashing my head meaninglessly against questionable projects at unhealthy hours. I hope you're taking care of yourself, my friend. This burnout is a biatasha. It's a cruel mister. Kind of a pointless play, but it's a 7/7 off the board. We'll lower the offering rates so the deal 3 damage to a minion spells. They're brutal. Like, if Death Knight had any conceivable weakness, then we could talk about a reasonable meta. But even though they're the absolute masters of control, and win just about every game that goes along, you also can't tempo them down because, like you said, 3 damage to a minion spells with upside are extremely common. Bone Mare was the big powerful win condition a long time ago. History repeats itself. I was really asking for a run like this when I drafted Hunter, and actually this is going better than I thought. Which should tell you a lot. Like, 3 and 2, I'm like, wow, amazing results. Incredible, unprecedented. That's how I feel, man. That's how I feel, my friend. Grrrah. I opened the stream yesterday when you made comments about Foucault, and I couldn't have agreed more with them. Yeah, Foucault caught a few strays at yesterday's stream. I was wondering if I'd get a rise out of any Foucault fans, but nobody really seemed to object. I was actually just looking at a little bit of Foucault, because I was writing a short play. It's a very loose adaptation of a Kafka short story. And, it involves, like, a public execution. So I was leafing through my old Foucault Discipline and Punish book to see if I could find anything interesting. I want to say Foucault was still really big a decade plus ago, but I haven't heard many people talking about him more recently. But that might just be anecdotal. So if we do this, they're not gonna really want to attack with the Vrygul because of the nature of the Vrygul. And they also can't kill unless they have something out of hand. Which they might. I came from that kind of background and bought into hustle startup culture. The burnout is cyclical. I'm glad that you're moving away from that. Very glad. Yeah, there's this, like, huge industry of worship of capitalism blended with misogyny that's very popular on Twitch and YouTube. It's the Andrew Tate thing. It's an extremely powerful force, and it's kind of... It really is a religious commitment to capitalism. That's how I would describe it. I heard... Okay, so for example... You know, these streamers... There's all sorts of streamers who... talk about gender constantly. The women tend to be, like, hot tub streamers, and the men tend to be, like, podcasters. And sometimes they all come together to bicker with each other. And I've watched some of these streams, and I still remember one of them. Good rats here. Everyone was talking about, like, work and relationships, and this one guy was like, I would trade every minute that I spent dating women, pursuing women, having sex with women. If I could go back and change things, I would spend every single one of those minutes on my hustle, because that's what really matters. That's what's worth it. And first of all, gross. But second of all, like, fuck me if that isn't like an ascetic mindset. It's like a monk, right? It's almost like a religious monk commitment to capitalism. Pretty interesting. We do want to kill this. We could do it with this. Have a 6-2. Kill that. Who's in here? Mr. Simon's in here. So do we want the Discover or do we want the 6-2? I think if we get the 6-2, we might be able to kill them pretty soon. We also could have quad traded the 4-4, I guess, and killed the 2-2 with this. I think this might be better. I wish philosophy, politics, writing, and satire paid as much as businesses do. Alas, had to change keel, but the culture behind it is shallow and depleting. I wish those things as well, and it's not an accident, right? It's not an accident that those things don't pay as much. Could we find Deadly Shot, though? I guess we could out of this. Should we start with this? Sure. Animal Companion. Tracking. Wing Blast helps. Serpent Bloom? I'm not sure either. I haven't seen it. Yeah, something like philosophy, something like satire. These are and like art making in general. These are things that challenge the status quo, challenge capitalism, that have the potential to be radical and revolutionary. So, of course, the system very wisely refuses to fund any of them. A high watermark for theater came in the wake of FDR. We got like a crap ton of like government subsidized grants, and that's been the lifeblood of the art industry ever since then, as far as theater goes. But those are drying up in the last decade. There aren't really many of them left. Yeah, Mark Fisher, right? Capitalist Realism. I have not read the book. Little brain. Let's certainly hope so. I mean, even a little brain wins with Death Knight. So the art that, like, that gets well funded is not the challenging art. It's the art that people can dismiss as content. And when you collapse art into content, you're saying, I want the entertainment, but I don't want any of the meaning or radicality that must go along with art as well. And with this AI art trend, I think we're seeing a real vitriol towards artists, actually. A real, like, hatred of and resentment of artists on the part of the capitalists. I've seen artists being called gatekeepers and ableist for opposing AI art. And I think it's because a lot of people consider art to be content and they want to generate their own content, but they don't want to go through the struggle of art, which requires vulnerability and time. They want to make a Farmville farm for art. And so to them, the artists are the ones who are saying, we can have this, but you can't. But the truth is, what the artists are actually saying is that everyone can and should have this. And you're not actually getting it when you're doing the AI art generation. Like, everyone should have art and artistic practice in some way, shape, or form, whether it's painting, gaming, or stacking cups. And I also think there's this idea that it's important. What's important about art is that it's technically good. Like, oh, I'm not good at drawing, but now this AI can make the things in my head come onto the page. But I think actually quite a lot of art is not about being technically good. And a lot of visual artists don't have that ability to have an image in their head and put it on the page, but rather just engage in the process and let the lines take them to the next lines. Got our Hawk Strider. We're doing okay this game, but I'm waiting for the hammer to come down. Just waiting for the hammer. But if they can't kill this, we might pop off a little. Hello, Mo. How wonderful to see you here. Come into the dungeon. We're trying to beat a Death Knight. We're trying. Bless our little hearts. Yep, there it is. So they're a bloodstone. Classic Death Knight turn, erasing our win condition on the board and healing almost to full. High main or Bone Mare? Bone Mare comes down on curve next turn. Do 6 damage there, 20. 18. It's 11. Hard to say. I also wish we could Hero Power. I thought about Alchemist on this and Hero Power, but I do think we would rather save this, just in case. tested AI art tools out of curiosity, and while I think there's some merit for it being a prompter of ideas, the execution, takeover, and flooding effect will inevitably will drown out the importance of that struggle process. Yeah, and the AI writing as well, yeah. I don't mind the AI stuff. Hey man, Jesus Christ. I don't mind the AI stuff being treated as tools for expanding imagination, but right now they're being treated as solutions for collapsing imagination, you know? I think that the cultural orientation towards them is totally wrong, and there's a backlash brewing, just like happened with crypto and NFTs and all these technologies that are supposed to solve everything, but are really scams deep down. There's a brewing backlash to the AI art, which is encouraging to see. And unfortunately, a lot of the most effective arguments for these things can't be existential or spiritual. They have to be economical. And there's an argument against AI art that it's a total fuck over for copyright law. And that's unfortunately the argument that seems to be working on a lot of people. Nice draw. I say unfortunately because I wish we could argue against it more on the basis of the human spirit, but... There's a quote from Miyazaki. You know, Studio Ghibli, Miyazaki. That AI-generated animation is an insult to life itself. It's an extreme, but I think not inaccurate claim. Can I just discover lethal, please? Oh, baby, I sure can. Oh, I sure can. It is already a replacement for entry-level content writers. They're cool tools. So, by the way, I gotta say, one more win and we've broken our record this meta for non-Death Knight, non-Paladin class. So let's try. Here, I think we lose. I think we lose here. I think they're cool tools, but they are remixers. They remix. They take art that humans made and put it in a blender. That's not an art process. It's a remix process. And for people to use these programs and point at them and say, I made art, is a little bit obscene. They made something, and it's an interesting thing that they made. But they took other people's art, is what happened. And to a certain extent, art is theft, but this is all art is theft. Like, you're always taking ideas from other people, but that's the art process, that's the human art process, is that you take ideas from other people and create something new out of them. Ideas knocked together in your head, and this, like, vision reaction happens, and something weird comes out, and you're like, oh, what's that? How do I deal with that? There will never be, like, an advancement in our art consciousness because of something that these AI tools made. Well, maybe that's too broad of a statement. It brings to mind the old Simpsons joke where Mr. Burns is showing his mansion off, and he comes into this room and he's like, here we have 1,000 monkeys typing on 1,000 typewriters, and eventually someday they will make the greatest novel known to man. And he goes and takes a page from one of the typewriters and he says, it was the best of times. It was the blurst of times, you stupid monkey. That's kind of the AI generated art. It was the best of times, it was the blurst of times. Someone asked for the genuine advice for genuine personal and professional growth, I'd still tell someone to go through all the hardship of learning to write well, even without money. Yeah, I've been reflecting this past week on how so many people are in love with the idea of writing, or in love with being a writer, but not in love with writing, because to be in love with writing, you have to be in love with something that is stupid, awkward, and painful. And that requires a modicum of patience because of it. I guess we does speak. Yeah, it's a shame that that's the case. Learn to be a manager of AI. Thank you for the tip.
For the arts, Foucault trashing, Hearthstone, and all else under your excellent umbrella.
Hey, I'm glad to have you with me under this umbrella. Ella. And thank you for the support, it means a lot. Arian Drake or Mark Shot? It's a good tempo carry in Drake, but... I will carry in Drake. I will. Force a ping from them. Like, if that's the main difference, that this forces a ping and the other line doesn't, I think that's fine. We'll stay on curve. Words are the tools for thinking. Oh no. That's a strong card. Oh, interesting. It blew my mind when I learned more about the ways that language shapes everything. Because, like, I guess I used to think, and I think people generally assume this, that your thoughts are your thoughts, and you just have to find a word for them in your language. But that's not remotely true. Your thoughts stem from the words that exist in your language. Words are the scaffolding for your thoughts. And different people who know different languages think differently because of it, which is awesome. Alright. Time to punch. Lethal? How very interesting. How about this play? Pretty effective, right? A rare play dead pig. I'm almost surprised whenever I see a DK play a neutral card. Yeah, right? I saw this post. We actually did it. We actually went infinite with Hunter. This is the greatest day of my life. So far. I saw a post of somebody talking about a children's book that they made entirely using AI tools. It was a guy maybe in his 30s. He looked rich. All these people do. Maybe you keep one or the other of these. Maybe you could throw that, keep that. Don't dust ever. And yeah, so this he had this like loose idea for a children's book. That's the right response. And he put his ideas for the character through like AI writing. He like prompted the AI writing program. And then he started generating art for it. Made a children's book, self-published it through Amazon Publishing, and then posted on Twitter with a picture of it and like how excited and proud he was. And I was really encouraged to see the vast majority of comments like trashing him for it and talking about like, you didn't write this book, you stole this book. Are you going to credit the other artists who wrote books? What if, how about somebody takes this book that you made and publishes it under their own name? They've done much the same thing that you have. And the guy was like responding to all the positive comments with, yeah, I just wanted to show everyone what's possible. Anyone can do it. And then all the negative comments, he's like, much to think about. I will spend a lot of time thinking about what has been said here today. Much to think about. Much to consider. And some of the people in the comments were One comment that was my favorite was like, "Welcome to the publishing industry. Here's a few notes." And he took a picture from the guy's picture book and with red pen, like circled all the problems with the illustration and like was like giving notes on it. It's pretty funny. Because if you look a little bit closer, this man's published book that he wrote had all sorts of like weird alien inhuman details about it. Well, first of all, the little girl that the AI supposedly made up was basically lifted from a famous picture of a Middle Eastern little girl. Same pose, same clothes, everything. Kill me? But if you like zoom in on like, there's a picture of her like typing on the computer, and if you zoom in on the side of her hand, there's like an extra finger that goes backwards down along the side of her hand. It looks really fucked up. And her hands are also just like floating above, the computer's like floating above the table. Anyways, the future. That card beats us, I think. It's too much healing. It's all too much for me to take. In a few days, he'll spit it as a horror. That's right. That's right. Coin? Body bagger. Oh no. What's that supposed to mean? Just don't hit my 6/6. Oh no. Don't hit that either. Things have been awfully quiet on the NFT front, Girls' Day. What happened there? Where's all the apes? All my apes gone. Did they realize that it was a trendy bubble, no more secure than... What were those things called? Hogs? Or, Silly bands? You remember that one? Silly bands? Beanie Babies? Go back to the shadows. I don't know what to shoot. We shoot you. Doggy. You know what? gonna hold off on this, actually. I was gonna put it on the 6/6, but we might need to trade it for something more impactful. We're out of stuff in the hand, and this isn't gonna work if they clear our board. We'll just get the hero power in. Ah, yes. A good card. Kinda had to do that. I almost wish I could Devouring Swarm this, but I can't. Yeah, not looking good here. I'm proud of this, though. I managed to get a 7-win Hunter in the most tumultuous, toxic meta ever for Hunter, probably. At least top 3. When the opponent can casually do a 2-mana, 6 damage removal with lifesteal, it's not gonna be a good time for Hunter. Three, 4, 5. So it's amazing to have 2 Mastiffs in hand. Our health is so low that I don't think we can come back. Which is sad, because this was a nice play. Do you find DK worse to go against than launch DH? I actually have a mixed response to this. Statistically, it is worse. By about 4%, which is hugely significant. They have 1 point of health more on board than we can deal with, sadly. So like pretty clear cut as far as the stats go, how dominant Death Knight is right now. However, I would say, in some ways, I find it better to go against. Not in terms of my prospects for winning, but rather in terms of my enjoyment. Because when Demon Hunter was dominant when it was launched, you would lose every Demon Hunter game to Cycle of Hatred, Relentless, or Restless, Responsive, Revolting, the Performers? What the heck is that card called? Anyway. It would be those 2 7-cost cards that would just spank you every time and there's nothing you can do about it. As far as Death Knight goes, there's 15 different ways they can beat you, so at least it feels fresh and unexpected each time. So there's like more variety and it's more entertaining, I guess. 7 wins. Awesome. This was a particularly strong Hunter deck.